It's an integral part of my life. Just about everything I do is about music. My husband and I took a cross-country trip, and it ended up being a music appreciation trip. We went to Elvis's Graceland. We went to Tennessee for Beale Street, the birthplace of blues. We went to New Orleans for jazz and although Bourbon Street has turned into a frat party, there's still a preservation hall where you can see the musicians. I do a lot of live music, love to hear it live. And although these are all my favorite bands, this is a nice little sampling. I just think, as Orsino from Shakespeare's Twelfth Night says, if music is be the food of love, play on. So it's food.
Awesome. Okay, so we're here with Chris. And hey, Chris, I want to ask you a couple questions about music. Are you a music lover?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, what's your favorite kind of music?
I'm going to say pop, but
okay.
Like show tunes and country's right there. So.
Oh, do you play at all, any instruments?
I do, yeah.
Ooh, what do you play?
Trumpet, trombone, and baritone.
Excellent. And when you're listening to music, like what are the times of day you think you're listening to music most?
It really is all day. Like if I'm in the car, I'm always listening. If I'm taking a bath, I'm listening to music.
Oh, cool.
I go to sleep listening to music. So it's
excellent.
Kind of, soundtracks my day almost.
How does music inspire you, if it does at all?
I like it because it soundtracks my life. So I like on my iPod, I'll put a playlist together that is like 2007, 2006, and as I buy songs, it kind of gets added. So when I go back and listen to it, it does nostalgically take me back to that year, or like, oh, I remember June of 2007 because that's where it falls in this playlist. So I like that it soundtracks my life.
Excellent. And let's see, I'm going to show you a list of some pop culture items, and of the list, I'm wondering what honestly you think influences pop culture the most on this list.
It's tricky. I'll say music. I do think music.
Cool.
Because I think it impacts pop culture in a larger sense than the rest of them do.
All right. Well, great. Chris, thanks so much. I really appreciate your help. Okay, now we have Ryan. I want to ask you a couple questions, Ryan, about music.
Okay.
How does music inspire you?
It inspires me in the sense that if I'm having a bad day, I might just put some happy music on and it makes me happy. Or if I'm feeling a little bit more depressed or whatever, I might put something that kind of fits that mood, but it will kind of take it to a different place. Rather than just being stuck in your own head, it inspires me by taking me to another place.
Excellent. And one last question. I'm going to show you a list of some things in pop culture that could inspire you, and I want you to maybe pick on the list what you think influences pop culture the most of this list. How about that?
Oh, music. Definitely.
Music. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. So what do you find influential about music?
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that you can relate to it. Lots of other things are not, like the real music where people write their lyrics and they feel it. You can really relate to that, So I think that's an influence. People go through stuff, and hearing that other people can relate to what you're going through at that moment, that's influential, that people make it out of their issues and their stuff that's going on.
Music is very important to me. It's my salvation, as well as I'd say my religion. So that's pretty much it.
So although silence is pretty good for some people as far as studying and meditating and what have you, I like to listen to music, more classical or instrumental music when I study to cancel all the background noise. I live in a pretty noisy area, and it's hard to study with all that in the background. So some classical music, it kind of gets the mind going a little bit. Very relaxing, helps me relax and clears my brain. Favorite group is probably the Beastie Boys still. My uncle plays percussion for the Beastie Boys. He travels around the world. I go to their concerts when they come to LA. It's awesome. We go backstage, hang out with Korn and everybody else.
And it's so cool.
It's just inspirational.
Music threads through everything I do. And there's not a day that goes by and an hour or a minute that goes by that music isn't somehow playing a role. Whether I'm listening to it, whether I'm writing it, performing it, helping other people with it, teaching it. It is probably more than anything the thing that connects me to God.
I met all my friends through music. It's something you can bond over. It's universal.
Yeah.
It's non-discriminatory.
So true.
Every country has its own music.
What's your favorite style of music?
Depending on my mood, depends on what I put on. There's music that's that's aggressive, that's let out my aggression. Instead of me getting like buck wild, I'll listen to something wild, you know? Maybe some like punk rock to let out some anger. Maybe I'll just let the rappers do the robbing and the shooting.
That's good.
And I'll listen to the country. Think about the backwoods of America that I never see, because I'm here in the city.
How has music influenced you over your life?
Listen to it every day. I mean, it's the way I dress, it's the way I drive my car. I'm like, come on. The way I talk to people, everything. It's just the way you gotta do everything.
How music changed my life. I met my husband 19 years ago, and we were acquaintances, not really even friends, but in the same circle. And I don't know, no spark between us really, until one day we got invited to a free concert at Miles Square Park. It was a Doobie Brothers concert. And my friends and I show up, and there my husband is with his brother and two friends, and they're like super cute guys. And they're all playing guitars. And I was like, ooh, 4 hot guys with guitars. And my husband starts, I didn't know, it was just a little buzz, a little drunk. He starts doing a chop job, through the British invasion, pretty much. Like The Who, The Stones, The Beatles. By the time we got to the 4th song, I was in love. It was over, and we've been together ever since.
Hello. Music influences my life from when I wake up in the morning till I go to bed. Definitely when I wake up, because when I turn on my radio, depending on what I'm listening to, it can affect the way that I decide to dress that day. Also, just when I'm hanging out with my friends, the attitude that I have, the way I act with them, can be determined by the music I'm listening to at the time or with my friends. And then just when I'm going to bed, the same thing. It's just the attitude I have all day when I'm driving. It also can affect the way that I meet people. Can be something in common. If you know a lot of groups that you guys have in common, it's easy to start talking about those kind of things with them. And also going to concerts, you can meet a lot of people at some of your favorite shows.
Music, I listen to music everywhere that I go. I listen to music while I'm working out. I listen to music while I'm studying, snowboarding. It directly influences the way that I drive, because I'm listening to Rage Against the Machine or something, I'll drive like a maniac. But if I'm listening to Bob Marley, I'll drive slow. And one of my earliest memories of music was when me and my mom and my 2 sisters lived in a little tiny house, and that song Love Shack came out, and we would call our house the Love Shack. And yeah, that's pretty much how music has influenced my life.
The first music that I started listening to on my own was Metallica and Blink-182, or the starters. And I ended up buying a bass actually because I wanted to make a band like Blink-182, but I wanted a guitar originally, but my brother bought a guitar, so I ended up getting the bass. I tried making another band just recently, but it's not. We have actual songs now. From my first band, our songs were really bad, and it didn't last that long. It lasted a month probably. Now we actually have stuff, but we're still not working together really, so it's not really going anywhere, but I still enjoy it.